myth in the RV man. The myth in the RV man. The myth in the RV man. The myth in the RV man. RV Time proudly presents to you
Revolution Campfire. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Revolution Campfire. This is BK the Myth and your host, Alex, the RV Man Rose.
Hello, everyone. All right, today's episode, we're picking up where we left off a little bit with the cruise. This is kind of our, what do you want to call it? Our notable mentions or
Recaps.
Recaps.
Yeah, we'll go with recaps because today everybody should be listening to our fourth episode.
Yeah. We're recording, it was 8 o'clock in the morning Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here we are.
So getting an early start. We're going to record another 4 today.
And fuck you for having me eat these Timbits again.
Timbits are wonderful, man.
Oh my God, it's so good.
So I got a 20-pack of Timbits, and then
this is cream cheese in this one.
And I got a bowl of fruit.
I have a few grapes. They were good.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about things that happen off of the boat. We're going to start with negotiations in Costa Maya.
I got an education.
And this goes for every island, right? Anywhere in the Caribbean, Mexico, wherever.
Every single one.
Yep. But Costa Maya was almost like us versus them, you know?
Costa Maya, in my description, is a brutal fucking trap.
It's interesting for sure.
And I don't describe the Caribbean islands as traps because I enjoy every one of them. I feel a little different than most people, but that one's a trap.
Well, it's tough, man.
It was.
These guys have a system, and they have it down.
And they're all working together. They're in collusion.
These guys work together. They all have their own little hustles, right? You know, $5, $10 here and there.
Oh yeah. You know, you get $5, $10 from 5,000 people. You know, you do okay.
Sure. Yeah, I got a couple joints, man. $20.
Right.
It's $5 with the joints. Perfect. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Convenience is there. Smoking on the beach.
Sort it right out. That one guy you had to send back twice.
We're gonna skip that story.
Fair enough.
So you can negotiate basically everything when you go there, right?
Yep.
One of the things that we did the piranhas.
Oh God, that was great.
Right, $20 a person.
Dude, I was skeptical at first. We walked by 3 of them, I think, before we finally decided to do one.
I don't know. I know we walked by maybe that one a couple times, or maybe a couple other ones.
Well, I had to get Missy on board.
But you can negotiate everything. It's $20 a person.
Yep.
I'm like, what do you do on 3? And she's looking at me like, come on, man.
Right.
You know, it's $20. I'm like, how about 50 for the 3 of us? She's like, whatever, give me the 50.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it worked out great. Yeah, and Missy did it too. I didn't think she would.
Yeah, you can negotiate pretty much everything. So Costa Maya and everywhere else, you want to bring cash.
Absolutely.
If you do the credit card, you get the credit card conversion exchange bullshit.
I happen to know firsthand how bad you get boned by that.
Yeah, tell us.
All right, so Missy, she's a little gassed up because in Costa Maya, they give you a free shot of tequila at every store you stop at. You don't even have to buy anything.
I took maybe 2 shots. You guys did maybe 22 shots.
Well, Missy did probably 22. I did probably 10. You did 2. Missy did she did every shot they handed her. So we're at this liquor store.
And she should have, you know.
God bless her. God bless her. It's vacation. But keep in mind, she's a little bit of a lightweight, right? So when we get to the liquor store giving out free shots, trying to sell their tequila, there was this one, I think it was a coconut or maybe it was a banana, whichever flavor it was. She loved it, right? So she wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
So we're up there, and they hit us at a price. They said $125.
For a bottle of booze?
For a bottle of flavored tequila.
Okay.
Which at best is 30% alcohol by volume.
Right. $120 seems like an awful lot.
I looked at it, I was like, listen, it's good, but it's not $125 good.
Right.
You know, so I start skewing Missy away, right? We get her outside because she's like, I'll take it. She's ready, right? And I'm like, we got to go. So we get all the way out to the golf cart. You're driving at this point, so you're sitting there. You get to witness this part.
Uh-huh.
And the guy comes out who owns the John, and he's like, listen, just to help me in the future, what do you think it's worth? I go, bro, I don't want to insult you, but 125 US, God bless you for everybody who says yes.
That gets you the extra rare Crown bottle.
Yeah,
that you can resell and actually get even or break or even make something.
That gets you some high-end stuff, which this is what I told him. I go, listen, it's high-end stuff. I'm not a tequila guy. She's a tequila girl, but I'm talking I don't want to insult you, but that's maybe if it's high-end and you're homemade. To me, a $25 bottle, maybe $30.
Okay.
That's what I tell them. I was like, no offense, But to me, that's what it's worth because I can go home to a liquor store. I don't have to take it on the boat. I don't have to take it on the plane.
Right.
I can buy something there. To me, that is fine because she's not a drinker.
Right.
I'm a connoisseur, but you're talking to liquor that's not me.
Right.
So he's like, all right, I'll give it to you for $100. I was like, I think you misunderstood. That's not what I'm talking about. So we go back and forth like this for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, he starts telling me a story about his life, and like, I got it.
Salesman.
Yeah, dude, great salesman.
Yeah.
Great salesman.
Yeah, the guy was good.
So we had a fantastic conversation. We get down to $50. And okay.
50 from 125 is incredible.
It's incredible.
You did amazing on
I
that.
feel like I did amazing. I talked to him.
Because there's people spending 125 on that bottle.
Dude, the guy behind me did. The guy behind me in the shot line says, I'll take it. And he just fucking bought it.
Hey, more power to you, you know?
So here I am 20 minutes later. I get him down to $50. Missy's not a drinker, but she loved it.
Right.
So I'm like, $50. Now it's worth it because my woman, she loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell him, okay, we buy it. Everything's good. You come back to the car. We drive off.
Right.
Guess what happened when we got the credit card statement?
It wasn't $50.
No, I ended up costing her $70, which I'm still not mad at.
I'd be a little
But that goes back to our do's and don'ts. You got to take cash.
You got to take cash.
Because he boned us on that peso thing.
So the one thing I noticed, and I looked this up, I'm going to look it up again.
All right, go ahead.
But a few days ago, I'm going to go, is it saved in here? No. So pesos to dollars, right?
Shoot.
When I looked it up, dollars to pesos, I got to look up. Dollars to pesos. So 17.19, now it's 17.2
Okay.
pesos per dollar. When they're doing their calculations, the first one I went to was like 17.2 for the conversion.
Sure.
Cool, got straight even money, whatever.
I saw a ton of them going like 18.
So the average one was 18.
Okay.
You see them, and I was paying attention to every single shop because
Sure you
I
were.
ran out of cash.
Okay.
I made the big critical move to run out of cash, and it was no good.
You cannot do that on the island.
So I started using my credit card, and instead of 17.19 multiplying, most people are 18. Make a little bit of money. Maybe instead of 50, it's 55.
Sure.
Whatever, right?
No big deal.
But then I'm looking down, and I see people calculating at 22.
Now they're getting up there.
I'm like, 22, now you're taking advantage.
Yeah. That you're going the extra mile.
I said, everyone in the world is doing 18.
I don't mind you rounding up.
They're like, what about 20? I'm like, no, man, it's either 18 or I'm out.
Sure.
All right, 18. So they made $5 or something, but they're not making $20 on me like that.
So this is how they got me. I was out at the cart doing this negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
So they ran my card back in and just brought me my receipt.
Right.
So I'm looking at this thing going 18,000 pesos. Okay, that must be $50.
Yeah, everyone did it differently.
Yeah, they definitely rounded up high.
Well, some people, that's how they were making their money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll negotiate it down to nothing, and then we'll make an extra 10 on the credit card transaction.
I feel like the guy behind me who paid full list should make up the difference of what they had to go bang me for on the conversion.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
I mean, do the math on what that guy did. He paid like, what, 800% markup if I got him down to even 70?
Right, $50. That's times 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, did he pay with the card?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Had he paid with the card, it's probably $150 for that.
Yeah,
bottle.
he just said, I'll take it.
When you got it for $50.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a huge difference.
Huge.
So, one thing I like to do is bring change.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to offer somebody $16, I want to have $16 in hand.
Dude, you know what? I saw you make a good move, and I'm sorry if you had this written down already, but I got to tell this great move.
Let's hear.
You negotiated that one guy down in like not a jewelry store. They had like one of those stores that had a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You got him down to like $16, $17 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pulled out $12 from your pocket, and you're like, oh, dude, my bad. This is all I got left, man. I either want all my stuff or, yeah, we can just call it a draw. You just pull out your $12.
Mm-hmm.
This is all I got left.
Right.
And the guy's like, all right, give me 2 more. Give me 14. You're like, I think you missed this. See
Here's
the
my-
money? I just pulled out my wad. It adds up to 12. This
Right.
is what I have.
Here's my wallet.
Yeah.
I open my wallet. There's $12 and like a receipt for my luggage or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, this is all I got. If you can't do it, I understand.
Sure.
He's like, give me the 12.
Yeah, he took it. He
Right.
took it. And I learned something that day. You keep different denominations in each pocket.
Right? Yep. No, seriously.
No, it was a great move. I loved it.
Yep. So yeah, that was one of the things there. Bring change. One thing that I'm not really 100% sure on yet, but I think there's something there to it.
Go ahead.
Buy one item at a time.
Because once they start mixing stuff in, that's how I ended up with this bracelet.
Right.
I told Missy, don't buy it. They wanted like fucking $9,000 for this thing. And then they're like, oh, no, she made a mistake. It's only 300 or something. And I was like, listen, we're in the wrong digit area to start negotiating. I don't want it. But then they started throwing it in with the stuff she was negotiating. I don't know what number they ended up on, but she came out handing me the bracelet, and I was like, I told you not to get anything. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I've worn it every day. But once they start grouping stuff, They bumped her like $80 from what she'd already agreed on, and then started including stuff like that I wanted. And I'm like, I don't want it that bad.
Right.
$20 is where I'm at, and you hit me at $300. I'm out.
Right. Pass.
And she came out with it. So,
well, that was nice of her.
It was. I really appreciate it. I love the bracelet, and I honestly think because my wrist hasn't turned like green yet, that this might actually be sterling silver and gold, like they said.
Yeah, it's a nice looking bracelet, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Sure.
It's nice.
Yeah, so thinking one item at a time.
Oh, absolutely.
And you do it with cash.
Have to.
Yeah. So one of the moves I came up with, and I know I taught this to BK. He watched me a couple times, and
when I'm going to let him tell you about this move, but folks, when I tell you I got an education, I can't wait to tell you about it.
So buy things one at a time. Generally, they'll come out like, oh, yeah, it's $25. Tell you what, this and that. I like you. I'm like, you like me. Fucking, we just met.
Yeah.
I like you. We'll do that $25 item for $20. If you want to save a couple dollars real quick and easy, you offer like $17, and they'll take it. Me, being me, I want to try and get the best deal I can, right?
Sure.
So do that. You can offer 15, and he'll be like, no, 17, 18, right? I'm like, 15. Well, 17, 18. So you turn around and start walking away. He's like, I'll take the 15. You can get an extra $2, $3.
Oh, absolutely.
Just by being okay with walking away from the deal.
And if you walk to the next door, sometimes they'll come over and grab you.
Right?
Yeah. They'll come they all work together.
They usually will not let you leave the store if it's within a couple dollars.
Sure.
Yeah, so 17, 18, it's an easy purchase. If you don't feel like being that person and just want to negotiate a couple dollars and take this to a quick win.
Right.
Offer them $17, $18. Offer them 17. Maybe you pay 17, maybe you pay 18.
Sure.
But that's like the easy negotiation in there. If you want to take it one step further, you offer 15. He says, well, 17, 18. You say no 15. He's like 17, 18.
Sure.
Like, all right, no, thanks, but no thanks. Start to turn around, 15 is the number.
So you're past my favorite part that you taught me.
Okay.
So I got to bring this up because it's the most powerful move.
Let's hear it.
Even before that, which you taught me, the initial when they hit you and they're like, "Oh, this T-shirt, it's $30." You don't say a word. You're like a fucking statue. They're like pretend I'm me, and folks, you can't see us. And be like, "Oh no, $30." You stare at him like he stole one of your children,
and I kind of like shake my head and like. Questioning,
Yeah, like you're so uncertain how they found that number in their head.
Like, what do you mean? But without saying anything.
$30. And then instantly, every single time I watch you do this, and I started doing it because you taught it to me, they're like, $30. You're like, now, folks, you can't see us, but I'm shaking my head. He's like
questioning what's going on right now.
And then they're like, okay, I like you. $20. Every time they just cut themselves, and then you start.
And then you go to the 15.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, you forgot that part. I had to throw that in. It was a great lesson.
You're right.
Yeah.
I guess it's so natural to me.
Dude, it was hysterical
like
to
I do
watch
that
you do it.
With everything. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me make sure I got this right.
Hey, hold on. I'm looking at a T-shirt that has a sloth on it, and it says, Adios and Vio con Dios. It's hysterical. But $30.
Right. That's a lot.
With the nothing said, they instantly pull 20, 30% off their price.
It's standard to pay 80% of what they're asking.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the easy, get in there, save a couple dollars, get out.
Once you gave me that math, I was a champion.
All right, so 80% is like the easy, quick, fair deal.
Sure.
I'm not good with 80%.
No.
Like, that's, to me, and it's not like sticker price, but to me, that's like sticker price minus a rebate.
Right.
You still got markup.
I feel like they're holding the rebate sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Yep, so don't pay sticker price. You don't have to. You can kind of just sit there and look at them funny. And they go from 30 to 25 at a bare minimum.
And your power is cash. Again, folks, no credit card.
Yeah, pay cash. That's you have to. It's the only way to do it. And don't necessarily buy everything like the first one you see.
Yeah, don't be afraid to walk away. Like that one guy just pissed you off, and you're like,
well,
I'm out.
The one guy's like, yeah, you know what? It's $22 worth of stuff. This and that. We can do this. And then the other guy comes out, his boss or someone.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we got $24 worth of stuff. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Right.
There's $22 worth of stuff. You hit me at 24. He's like, yeah, 24. I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, pass.
Like, you're going to kind of mess with me a little bit with numbers?
Sure.
Out.
Yeah, I'm not new.
I don't like you for doing this to me.
Yeah, and dude, that guy stared at us the entire time.
The entire time.
I think that was Cozumel, actually.
Yeah, Cozumel, and we're buying stuff from every single shop we're going
bought
into.
from every shop we hit after that. Every one.
Every single one. We bought everything. Like the 2 shops before, we bought something.
Yeah.
At least one of us did.
We bought from everybody but him.
Right.
Yeah. It was hysterical. And Missy came out of that one little hut. The lady pulled her in back because she loved the way the lady treated her.
Right.
She spent like $400 in there.
You know what?
She came out with a pile of stuff. This guy's sitting there staring at us like, bro, for $2, you lost our business.
Sure.
Only because you were a dick. That's all.
I had just said, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. It was 22, not 24.
Yeah, my bad. He said 22. I'll hold it. No, he's like, nope, 24. You're like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, I'll do 20. I'm already out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yep. Yeah, just one of those things I didn't want to do business with the guy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And you're like, and you were even negotiating for Missy and I at that point.
Yeah.
And you're like, I hope you're okay. I'm like, no, dude, let's walk. I'm in. Yeah. All in. Missy's like, but I want, come on.
He lost every sale we were going to give him.
Yeah, and we
were all on tequila.
Oh,
At least you and Missy were, right? Dude, she was jacked up on tequila, just throwing money around.
We're tequilaed up heavily. Well, not as heavy as she was in Costa Maya, but she was still tequilaed up because that's where we got the Corona splits.
Right.
Yeah, so she had like 4 of those deep in the shots of tequilas.
Right.
And she's a lightweight, bro. She ain't like us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everything's negotiable. If you have a $100 item, it should drop 80%, right? $100 item, they'll go down to like 85, 90 maybe. And then you stare at them, you look at them funny, and they'll go to 80. Sure. 80% is like the standard. That number should be 65, 70, 75, somewhere in there where you're going to settle, right? So you pull out 60 in cash, and you look at them like kind of embarrassed, like, I got 60, man, you know?
Sure.
And keep a 5 on hand.
Just in case.
You could probably get it for like 60, 65. Maybe you want 70, 75. You pull out 65, be like, that's all I got, man, right?
Yeah, that's what I got left.
He's like, well, I'll do 70, 75. I'm like, you know, I wish I could, but then you start walking away, and he usually takes a 65.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So same thing as before. But don't buy from the first shop, because you got something?
That's it. Well, I want to let you finish, but you had a line to one of the guys I just remembered that was hysterical.
I remember.
Well, it comes along the lines of don't buy from the first shop, because those first shops are all right in the tourist trap. And then we gotten out into the people that were like the official locals, even though the locals are working all of them.
Yeah.
They hit you at a price, and you look them dead in the eyes. And you're like, dude, that's higher than what you just told me not to buy from. That's higher from the people in there. And they're like, no, they asked 25 in there, which they did.
Right.
You're like, no, man, they hit me at 15. They gave it to you.
They did. You do what you got to do, man.
Dude, it was hysterical.
You know what? It's negotiations. I appreciate the way they negotiate.
I respect the hustle.
And they respected how we negotiate. They didn't like it, but we bought. We were buyers.
Well, you got to remember, every single one of the tourists that come through don't know your rules of negotiation.
Right.
And they mallard right up for sticker.
Most of the time, 25, and then they're like, reaching for the wallet. Oh, I'll do it for 20.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And they jump on it. They take the first discount. Yeah.
Right. And that's not a bad deal.
No, for them, they're happy.
It's a fair deal.
Absolutely.
I just can't do fair.
No, you gotta grind.
I have to. It's like a sickness. So I went into this one shop. They had like 50 license plates, and I got some license plates in my bar downstairs.
I remember that one.
And they wanted $25 per plate.
We're in Costa Maya again.
Costa Maya, yeah.
Yep.
$25 a plate. I'm like, that just seems like an awful lot for a plate, you know? I like these plates, but I don't know. I'm just going to walk around, and I found other ones for 15.
Right.
That I liked pretty much just as much.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up getting those for 12.
I forget.
2 different shops. I got a license plate for 12, another one for 12. I went back to the $25 license plate store. I said, listen, man, I just got both of these for $12. Can I buy some of yours for $12? And he just kind of took me away from there and pointed me towards other stuff.
Right.
I'm like, what about the plates? He's like, no.
Yeah, he's not doing it for that.
They're getting all the money for it, but that's why they have all the plates.
So I have a funny story about the plates. And I'm going back probably 20 years now. They didn't used to sell plates at these stores. And I was in Cozumel, and my buddy that I was with, because it was just two of us that went, and his girlfriend at the time, now wife, she collected license plates from every place that she'd ever visited.
Right.
So he wanted a plate, and they didn't offer them at the stores. So we started asking around, and we started asking locals, and we could just buy the plates off their cars. Like, these are the shots we're taking. And we end up, and now we're gassed. And I think I was like 22, 23. So I'm gassed in Mexico.
Right.
We end up at the police station, right?
Of course you did.
So they were like, we're trying to tell them, we want to buy a license plate. Nobody spoke English of the police. So we waited there, sipping our cocktails from the boat, and for them to find an officer that understood English. So we told them what we wanted to do, which I imagine is illegal. And the one officer spoke English says, how much? And we're like, we're willing to give $100 for a license plate.
Wow.
$100. Well, it wasn't at every store back then.
I got you.
So we were like, we'll give $100 for a license plate. He says, come with me.
Right.
Takes us out of the police station, down like this hill to another building that he says, oh, yes, this police station. Bro, I think it was their evidence locker. Because
Nice.
he walks in, I see fucking all sorts of shit just locked up, and he comes back with 2 plates. Like, yeah, we only need one. He goes, still 100. So we bought them both.
Sure.
And we gave him the $100. Now here we are carrying license plates with us.
Right.
We're going back to the ship. We've done something that, in my mind, nobody's ever done because...
Yeah,
and then now I go back 20 years later, they're offering them at the shops. I think this became a thing.
That's a good story, though.
Oh, so it gets a little bit better getting back on the boat. You know how, and people who've been listening to our mini-series, we get back on the boat, and he's just got a plate in his hand, walking through with it. Me, I got mine tucked in my belt loop with my shirt over it.
Right.
That's what I got. So he's carrying this thing, just waving it around. They stop him. They ask him the whole story. I just walk right through. I'm sitting on the boat drinking a Jack and Coke, I believe.
How do you just get right through everything?
I don't know.
I mean, me, I got to go hurdles like Ninja Warrior style.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't do things like stick it in my ear.
Anyway.
I do things like tuck it in my belt loop, but I got that asshole behind me with it in his ear or like just swinging it around in the air. So they pay attention to him. This is the same cruise that I bought 3 bottles of Jamaican overproof dark rum, and you got to check them on a boat. I walked right to the elevator and jumped up because Phil had this giant fucking wooden fish. They're tapping this thing, seeing if he's got drugs in it.
Oh, jeez.
And they're just pointing, yeah, go to that table. And the table's looking at the fish. I just walk right to the elevator.
Sure.
So I am a champion of getting shit on when I have somebody like Phil or you with me. Because everybody pays attention to you, and I got that shit just tucked in somewhere.
Yeah.
Right through. So that's my story about the license plate.
Nice. And you bought some jewelry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any stories there that you wanted to bring up? I know it was Missy mostly. But is there any notables there you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I got the bracelet that I already talked about.
Right,
Missy
right.
got a bunch of earrings and stuff. But remember that lady that was in the back that Missy spent a couple $100 with?
Mm-hmm.
So I wander back there. This is right after you taught me the lesson. And I look at what she's looking at, and she's like, what about this, this, and this? And I go, yeah, well, if it's my money, which it's not. It was Missy's.
Mm-hmm.
If it's my money, that's ugly. I don't want that. That's okay, but how much is that? Oh, $150. No, we don't need that bad. That's $60 to me all day.
Right.
And I broke down the whole thing for her, and I negotiated a little bit.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Right.
I broke it down one thing at a
That's
time.
what we said before.
She ended up buying it all.
Right.
But for the individual prices, I broke down because I was like, listen, if you're spending my money, this for this, this for this, this for this. Lady chews me back. I was like, listen, ma'am, she doesn't need it. Look at her. She's got earrings in. They're beautiful.
Right.
She's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I leave. She comes out, and she got everything at the price that you taught me how to negotiate.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely. Save some money.
Absolutely.
Use that money at the casino. So, other notables outside of Costa Maya?
Shoot.
Everyone's going to flag you down.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who it is. If they don't have somebody in front of them, they're going to get somebody in front of them.
Yeah, they and I respect that hustle.
That's a basic rule in sales.
Absolutely.
You don't have a customer in front of you, find a way to get a customer in front of you.
Sales is a contact sport. The more people you contact.
Yeah, I never heard that before, but it's good.
100%.
So it's okay to not acknowledge people.
Sure.
I went through and I just said, "Oh, thank you," and just smiled. And most people just left you alone. Like, yeah,
Dude,
at least the guy acknowledged us, you know.
I had the best move. I would hang back behind Missy, and they'd be like, "Sir, sir," and I'd be like, "Bro, she's got the money, man." Not me.
Right.
And I'd point to her. Now I'm negotiating for her, but I'm like, yeah, talk to her.
Right.
So they all torture her, and I just kind of chilled with you.
But you guys, like, had a good time, like, messing with people.
Sure, we did.
Even if you weren't going to buy something, you go and mess with them.
Oh, we had a blast.
Me, if I like something,
You ended up buying it.
generally end up buying it. There was a couple purchases I didn't do just because the way they handle their business, whatever.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's, I don't know, it's an important thing to me, like integrity or whatever you want to call
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. But you guys were messing with people. You were just like
We did.
negotiating for the fun of it with no interest in buying something.
None whatsoever. But
Any stories you got there?
I didn't always know, like, when she had no interest until, like, the end. I'd be like, because I'd ask her when we were in the midst of negotiation. I'd be like, listen, what's your number on this? Like, what part are you actually interested in? And she'd get this stupid little smile, and she'd be like, I don't want that.
I remember seeing that once or twice from you guys, and I didn't know how much you were doing it.
And I was like, what are you doing to me? She's like, I just wanted to see. So I'd take another couple shots at him, then I'd give, like, this unrealistic offer. I'd be like, listen, I'll give you fucking $5 for all 7 things we're talking about. And they'd be like, no. And then we'd move on.
Yeah.
And I felt a little bad about it, but I didn't know she wasn't serious till we got to the end.
Well, again, you're on vacation.
Yeah, dude.
Do what you want to do.
Dude, she was having a blast, and that's what mattered.
Yeah. So everyone flagging you down. There's this guy flagged us down. When we first got there, I'm like, hey, man, golf carts?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, come over here.
Oh, that
I'm
guy's
like, all right.
nuts.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, there's this price for an hour, this price for 2 hours, this price for the full day.
Mm-hmm.
The all day was a $70 package. I'm like, whatever, man. Give me the $70 package.
Sure.
He's like, well, we're going to do 50 on the card, but I want a tip. Like, he wanted the differences in the tip.
Right.
So he wanted $20. I'm like, you know what, man? I'll give you 10.
Oh, that was after Missy handed him the $1 and then
Missy
walked
gave him
off.
$1
That
as
was
a tip.
fucking
I'm like,
hysterical.
come on, man.
It was rude.
Yeah, that was like an insult.
Looking back on it, though,
I would have handed the $1 back to her.
if
If I was that guy,
I've been like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? $1 sounds like you need it more than I do. Take the
Uh-huh.
$1. So I went up, I gave him a 10.
Sure.
And then he took us around the corner, ends off to the golf cart people.
Yeah, just points and tells us where to walk and then skedaddled.
Right. And I understand this guy's trying to make a living or whatever.
Sure.
But he takes us over to the golf cart people. The guy's like, we don't have any golf carts available.
Right.
I'm like, I'll be right back.
I went with you.
BK went with me.
Yep.
Like, Missy, sit here. Maybe there's a golf cart comes back in the next 15, 20 minutes, something
Sure.
like that. So we go back around the corner and find this guy.
Dude, this was hysterical.
So I go back to the guy. I said, there's no golf carts. And he's looking at me. And I've never seen somebody reach so fast for money.
So you got to let me tell this part of the story
Yeah.
from my point of view.
Yeah, I want to hear this. That was my point of view, but I want to hear
So-
yours.
As soon as Alex finds out that everything the guy told us was full of shit, the guy's like, we have no carts, but even if we did, our cheapest one's like 90.
Right.
I don't know who told you 50. We're like, that guy who demanded tip. And as soon as we said that, Alex realized what was going on. He goes, I'll be right back. I look at Missy and go, I'm going to go with him. Don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go with
Let me
him.
grab my phone and pull it out.
Yeah, you're safe here. So we head back and we go looking for the guy. We can't find him. We walk past him. And then Alex finally looks at this one guy and goes, listen, where's that asshole? He had a red shirt on. And this guy, I see him out of the corner of my eye, looks up, realizes we're talking about him.
Mm?
I give him this. He walks right over. He goes, what's up? Alex looks at him and goes, there's no fucking golf carts, my guy. So I don't know what you're pulling, but I'm going to need my money back. This guy, and again, you guys can't see me, starts patting every pocket
Checking every
he
pocket looking
has,
for his cash.
gets back to his shirt pocket and knew us because we didn't even name a denomination yet,
Mm?
and just pulls out your $10 and hands it to you. And you're like, okay. And I saw the disappointment in the RV man's eyes because he was going to thump this guy. Like, I mean, he was going to thump him, but this guy,
I was ready.
he handed you your money at like a speed of light.
You know how like Superman goes in the closet and changes and comes back out?
Yeah.
This guy, that was the fastest I've ever seen somebody pull money out.
I expected him to like argue a little and get punched in the mouth. And I was like, my game plan was to just grab you and run our way back to the boat.
And I can't imagine like what my face looked like. I would think I have to be somewhat intimidating.
Dude, you
'Cause
had,
people have told me this before. I don't know.
like, when you smile, the only way somebody can tell you're smiling is if they know you because you kind of smile in your eyes.
Okay.
that smile was gone. You had this look of like, so how far do you want to go for $10? And he gave it to you instantly. And like, I don't know what you said to him. I don't know if you said thank you, but you like snatched your $10 out of his hands, put it in your pocket, and started walking back. And I'm looking at this guy, looking at you, and I'm like, see ya. And I followed you back.
Yeah.
That's how that went.
That was pretty simple.
Yeah, it went so much smoother than I thought it was gonna.
Me too.
Yeah.
So we started talking to golf cart people, right?
Mhm.
Says there's no carts left available. We can wait for one to get back. Gets a phone call or speakerphone or walkie-talkie, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like within 5 minutes, it's like, all right, I got a cart coming for you. Let's give us a little bit of time.
Sure.
So we had to wait like, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe.
Charges for the elite cart.
Yeah, so you got the BS cart, right?
Yeah, we got the bullshit.
Here's the Flintstone one.
Yeah.
And then here's like the Chevy one, right?
Right.
We ain't got any of those available.
Right.
We got this badass one. It's got lifted suspension.
Two
It's got
rows.
off-road wheels, chrome
Yeah.
wheels. Yeah, fantastic cart. But he's like, yeah, this one's $90. The other ones are like free, basically.
Sure.
You know, Flintstone cart. So we went over, got their carts. We're kind of hemming and hawing. Are we going to do this? And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm not walking around here. Just threw my credit card
Yeah,
up.
fuck yeah.
And that's the guy that charged me 17.2.
Okay.
The golf cart guy.
Okay.
So I already knew what the conversion rate was.
Sure.
People that was hitting us at 18. I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
Sure.
They're going to make something, hold a little bit gross, whatever you want to call it. But went to the golf cart people, got a cart.
Mm-hmm.
We're cruising around and we're on the strip there by all the shops.
Right.
And that was pretty cool. I'm glad we got the cart.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So we went through and off the boat, we were complimenting people on the shops. You know, at least I was.
Yeah.
Hey, man, nice shop. You know, he's like, oh, thanks. You want to buy something?
Don't forget about your future fiance.
Oh, yeah. So on the what was it, Honduras, I think?
No,
Oh,
that was Costa Maya.
that was
That's where
Costa
we
Maya,
are with the
yeah,
golf
yeah.
cart.
So we're on the beach having a couple drinks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're coming around giving out massages.
Missy finally got her coconut drink,
Yeah, Missy got her coconut.
and they brought it to us with no rum at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story if you want to tell it.
Nah, that's good. You understand. They brought it with no rum, promised rum.
So I got engaged.
You did.
The girls give me a massage on the beach. It was
Yep.
like $1 a minute. You know, gave her $20 for 15 minutes.
And they
whatever.
pulled a great move that I respected. They were like, we give you free 5 minutes.
Free like 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
ended up buying the 10-minute
Yeah.
package.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to sit here and just get a massage.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And this lady was amazing with her hands.
And pay attention to our Facebook, folks, because we got a great picture of him in his aura.
Yeah, it was like, ooh, hit me in some kind of spot. I was like, oh.
It is not a flattering picture, but it's hysterical.
Another notable thing in Cozumel, we saw a gang.
We did.
Gang of like 8 or 9 kids, right? They're all wearing matching shirts. The one kid's like fanning out money. They're taking pictures.
So I got you with this one.
BK got me. You can tell the story, and then we'll move on to the next episode.
Next episode. So Alex had gotten me early in the week, and I don't want to tell you folks how because he's gotten most of you with it too. But I'm remembering how he got me hook, line, and sinker. So I'm sitting there, we're having lunch, and I see this group from the cruise that all have the same shirt on, but they're like late teens, early 20 kids,
Yeah, between late teens and like mid-20s.
and they all look like they could be native. Turns out they're from Miami, but they're of Hispanic descent.
Mhm.
So I lean over and I'm like, yo, let's just eat and go, man. That's a gang right there.
Right? So I turn around, right? And I can only look so long.
Sure.
If it's an
a
actual gang, yeah. So I turn around, kids got money fanned out.
Yep.
They're taking pictures. I'm like, oh my God, it is a gang. It was like 2-3 seconds look, right?
So they're black shirts with a logo on it. They could have very well been a gang.
I mean, I guess. I don't think you'd advertise it, but maybe.
Well, because I'm facing them, I see at the bottom of their shirt it says Miami, Florida, and I saw them getting off the boat. So I knew that they were not a gang.
Well, I mean, how do you take that chance, though? You got a table of 10 kids. Like, could I have fought off 10 kids? I don't know.
Maybe.
That would have been very tiring. I doubt I could have gotten all of them.
They would have never wanted to do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm only looking at these kids just for so long because I don't want to, like, I don't want to start anything.
Don't want to stare at a gang, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to start a gang. And if I did, I could probably take out most of them, right? But not all of them. That's just too many people.
So we get about 3/4 of the way through dinner, and Missy, who's facing kind of towards them, not like Alex. Alex's back was to him.
Right.
So Missy's kind of facing him, and she goes, I don't think that's a gang. I think they got shirts from the cruise. So I'm dying. I'm laughing. And I'm like, no, I think they're a gang. And Alex doesn't know what to think. He's kind of half looking back, half looking over. And finally she convinces him. He looks over and he looks at me and goes, you asshole. You got me.
You got me. The gang in Costa Maya. Yeah, it was just an incredible coincidence. The first time I turned around, they're fanning money out.
Oh, no, incredible.
Like, I mean...
It couldn't have went any better.
Yeah, no, you got me.
Yeah, that was the best joke of the
100%
trip.
You got me.
Yeah.
La Quienta.
La Quienta.
I think that's it for outside. We're going to stop this at 35 minutes.
So, folks, I appreciate you listening to our cruise. And going forward, a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about is personal experience because, well, frankly, we just have more fun with it. 35-minute mark. This is BK the Myth signing off.
If you like the episode, like and share, subscribe, all that stuff. Any phone call or text request, 716-901-3464. AlexRose@gmail.com. Rose is WRZOS. Like, share, all that stuff. Appreciate you listening.